In this tutorial we're going to be making a health bar and how to make your health bar more interesting. As you can see in the example, when the player gets hit, the health goes down by a chunk and that's it. Whereas if we look at the more polished example, the health bar goes down and then the red section goes down to give more visual feedback to the player. If you want to follow along with me, it's 2 by 3 and then in the project column it's 1 column. So first we need to make a UI canvas and add an image. Set the canvas to scale with screen, so no matter what size screen you're doing, it'll adjust to it. Move the image into the view of the canvas. Make a sprite. I'm using a square sprite from the drop down menu in the project folder. I'm calling it health hold and will act as a placeholder image, and if you wish later on you could add in a custom made sprite. I rename the image to health red and scale it as I need it. Then change the image type to a filled image horizontal, and as you can see it'll now go from right to left. Change it to the color red and create a script. I'm going to call health bar. I'm creating an empty that is going to be a UI master. The UI master is going to be in control of all the UI elements. Then open the health bar script. We don't need the start method. So we're going to be using Unity Engine.ui. Then I'm going to make a image variable and it's going to be public. I'm going to call it red bar. And now I'm going to create a method for updating the information on the bar. This method I'm going to call damage and we'll take in a variable. This variable between 0 and 1 will represent the amount in percent that will be removed from the UI health bar. For example, 0.7 would be 70%, whereas 0.3 would be 30%. And I'm adding in an if statement and update, so if I hit the space bar, the damage method will be called. If this was being used in an actual game, the method would be called from somewhere else or a message sent to the UI master to tell it to update the health bar as needed. In this case I'm going to be taking off 10%. So the UI bar works between 0 and 1. 1 being 100 and 0 being 0. I'm just getting rid of an old script. Drag and drop the image from the canvas into the health bar script into the image section. As you can see, when I hit the space bar, the health bar goes down. So this is the level we seen in the first example. It's a bit boring, doesn't do anything crazy. So we're going to duplicate the health bar and make a green bar. Because of the order in the canvas, the green bar will be in front of the red bar. So I'm going to add the green bar variable in here. I'm going to update the damage method so that the green bar is affected rather than the red bar. Now I'm going to make a method that is designed to update the red bar and can take in any bar as needed to be updated relative to the green bar. If you wanted, you could have an array of images that are updated from this method all relative to the green bar, adding some crazy effects to your health bars. So I'm going to create a float that holds the value of the green bar's fill amount. So remember, that will be between 0 and 1. So instead of using the global variable red bar, I'm going to use the local variable that was passed into the method. This gives me more control, and I can add any bar I want to this and it'll be updated relative to the green bar. I'm going to use mathf.lerp. This will bring the red value closer to the green value over a set scalar amount. Depending on the scalar value, here I'm hard coding it as 0.5f. This is because I haven't set up a variable yet, but I will in a moment. I am updating the variable that has been passed in, which is directly linked to the global variable red bar, so the red bar will update itself while in the game. Because the method works this way, it is easy to adapt and add new bars to the method as required by just passing them in as this variable. So I'm making a public float scaling speed so I can scale the effect that the matf lerp has. Duplicated by mistake, so I may get rid of it. So I'm putting this update bar in the update method. You could call this from wherever you need it. For example, if your player hit a power up, you could have it as long as that power up is active. So drag and drop the green bar into its place. Set your scaling speed. And when you press space, you can see that the red bar adjusts itself to the green bar. The way we've coded this using scaling speed, it is completely customizable to be faster or slower. So here I've made it slightly faster. I have doubled its speed. Faster again. So I've made